Hello and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by our superintendent. Happy Monday, sir.
Yes. Been a great coming back from a weekend. Podcast number 84.
Can you believe it?
No,
We're almost there.
Yeah, we're going to get to 100 before we know it.
Yay!
Yes.
We're doing it a couple years later, and lots of great things that we've been able to share and talk about and discuss. And that's what we're here for this week.
Got a lot going on this week.
Absolutely. September is Suicide Prevention Month, and we had a lot of great activities already kicking off. And Project Aware is teamed up with some people. So let's talk about that. Last week we had Generation Y at all of our high schools.
Yeah, another thing is to make sure all of our parents and students know the back of their badge. There's an article in the Daily Oklahoman about that hotline. So it's exciting to know that we have that out there for our students because, as we well know, that suicide has been an issue with students for years. It's one of the leading causes of death for teenagers, so we need to do everything we can to control that.
988 is the hotline if anybody is in need of talking with somebody. But we do have some great things that our Project Aware team has worked on, and one of that was Generation Y last week, and they visited our schools, but then also the sensory kits that they've been working to distribute to all of our high schools and middle schools and elementaries, just as they need it with our officers.
Officers have those in their car, and I know there's been a couple cases where officers needed to calm a student, and they got those out and used them, and they've been with success. So it's always great when you have a plan and you come up with new things, but when you see they're successful, it exasperates how much you appreciate people willing to step out there and say, hey, let's try this.
And SEL is something that we have focused on in our schools. That's right.
Yes.
And they've had Hope Rising.
And we have Handle with Care.
Yes.
So we're kind of across the district trying to work on that and create, again, some partnerships with our parents, our families, and our students to make sure that they know that we support our students and our parents as a whole. You know, that's where the term Life Ready comes in when we talk about our Life Ready graduates, thus our Life Ready Center.
That's it. And we've done a lot of great things. This week, we have a short week for our students in person because Friday is
a virtual day. Now, we get into these again with our virtual days. Friday is a day where the teachers will be at work, but the students will be at home. So when we talk about that, they'll be working. Now, one thing about Friday is, just to kind of spin into it, it's also the foundation's breakfast. It's their annual big fundraiser where they serve breakfast to Golden Corral. So great of a deal they give to the foundation to support that breakfast and make it a great fundraiser. So our expectations are that we have a lot of staff eating breakfast Friday morning. A lot of our parents are eating breakfast. Take your children to eat breakfast. Take our students. We want to set a record this year with the number of people who eat breakfast Friday morning, September 16th. Now, what time do they start serving?
6 o'clock. I think
6 o'clock in the morning.
Going to be there at
they're
5:30.
They're going to start serving breakfast. So get there early, and hopefully all of our teachers get by, get a ticket, and eat, and we get a lot of students there.
And the foundation, I'm glad you're talking about them because they also opened up their LPSF teacher grant.
Yes, they're a huge supporter of what we do at this school district. You know, I've been here 3 years, and every initiative we've had, or just about every initiative we've had, we went to them first when we talk about our maker spaces, our free college for our students, some of the things we do at the Life Ready, even when we talk about our TAP programs. There's just so many things when we need that starter money or a little bit of outside support to get them off the ground. The foundation's always there to support us, besides the fact that they support numerous teachers with grants every year.
And last year, I believe it was $90,000. I think that's the goal again in giving away for teachers. So they just need to be really innovative and creative and think outside of the box for this one because they're ready to award some grants.
Yes, and if everybody will eat breakfast, we'll push that number above 90,000.
We hope so. And there's one more thing for the foundation, which is the truck.
Yes, I hope everybody goes and buys it. You know, you got a chance to win a brand new truck for $50. That's a pretty good raffle. Hey, and people win sometimes.
And, well, we hope somebody's going to win.
Hey, I won a raffle this weekend, so if
did.
I can win a raffle, anybody can win a raffle.
You got a big green egg, right?
I got a big green egg.
That's it, and supporting a great cause.
Yes.
Now, there are a lot of activities happening this month. Tomorrow, our Lawton FFA has something really cool.
Yeah, they have their calf ride, one of their annual events. We're very excited about that. It's Tuesday night at 6:30, I believe, at the fairgrounds.
That's it. We love seeing all the great things that they're doing and having a great event. Now, what else is going on this week? We have
the last of our what we call our inner city football games. They've been great so far. Super crowds, super controlled crowds. I was at the game this weekend. We had a lot of people there supporting our football teams and our student athletes, our band, our cheerleaders. We had drills. we had so many people there in students, but we had a great crowd, and it was a great game, competitive for a while, and the crowds were great, very, very appreciative. We even had the state superintendent show up to do the coin toss. So thank you, Joy Hoffmeister, for showing up and tossing the coin for us. But it was a great time. This week is Lawton High and Eisenhower, I believe.
Yes.
Going to be another good game. Hopefully we have another great crowd and a very competitive game.
Well, and then we've had cross country is started last week.
Yes.
And we know that they've been out there running. The weather's beautiful. I hope they get
Yep.
to stay like this for a little bit for them.
Yeah, early morning running's not bad now. I had to take my trash out this morning. It was about 55 degrees outside. It was
Need a little
nice.
sweater. That's it.
Yes. And then volleyball's full fling. I know MacArthur's volleyball team's having a lot of great success, but we also know statistics show us that just the competition leads to higher rates of success for students, that students that are in extracurricular activities, which includes all these things, the music and the arts and all these things, we know that the statistics show that their rate of success is higher than those who are not in extracurricular. So we encourage all of our students to find something. And one of the ones we really love is esports, because a whole nother group of students have found something, and it's exploding, the number of students we have in esports.
And we love that our students are here with us today
Yes.
and doing the podcast.
Yeah, another one. There we go. And it's great to get students involved.
And they're working on a PSA too, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Now, we also have a great event coming up. Well, we're preparing for National Hispanic Heritage Month, which starts off on September 15th.
Yes, we're very excited about that, and that's something that we like to do as a district, is to honor our different heritages, because one of the strengths of Lawton Public School is our diversity.
Mr. Hime, what else is going on this week? How are our forms coming?
Yes, that's the thing we do need to talk. You should be getting inundated with forms if you haven't filled out your free and lunch form. If you filled it out and you didn't qualify, you might get another one. Please fill it out. We got our EL forms, which is our home language survey, trying to get those on. We're doing GT testing, trying to get our kids. Schools have an October 1st deadline to get all that paperwork done. So we're working fast and furious to get all that done for our state aid. So we get more money to better support our students and to better support our teachers.
Is there anything else you want to highlight? Again, a reminder that Friday is a virtual day for our families. We're not going to be...
Teachers will be online during the day unless they're eating breakfast. But throughout the day, they should be online. And our elementary teachers, I know they're doing some letters training. They call it the science of reading. So they'll be doing that training on Friday as well. So it worked out good, because it was a great day for staff development for us to add some of that in there. But you should be able to make contact with a teacher during the day and get your work done. And again, our purpose of doing virtual days is to be prepared. We say this all the time. We never want to be where we were at in March of 2020, where we went virtual and we just totally lost learning. We want to be prepared so that we can keep some kind of engaged learning going on if something happens. And we've had some short pandemic outbreaks that caused it. We've had some weather that caused it. So we've had some various reasons to do virtual, and I think our preparation has really made a difference.
And it's important that our families are used to what it looks like for that day, and this is just one of those practice
Yeah, and we
days.
put those on the calendar way out. That's why we start the year with them on a calendar, is to lessen the burden for parents, and so to make it where they can be better prepared for these days.
Mr. Hime, is there anything else you want to share? Give them our email address.
Oh, yes, we got info at lawtonps.org, info at lawtonps.org. Send us questions, comments, anything you got. We'd love to answer your questions. And then our website is lawtonps.org.
And then I was just about to say, we hope next week we're going to have a special podcast, because our LPS leadership team is meeting.
Yes, we're very excited about that team, because we got students from all three high schools meeting, and we're going to bring in, I get to come meet with them and other leaders in our district to better understand, because we say this a lot, and you hear me talk a lot about, we want to engage our students. We want our students engaged. We want to do things that are hands-on, that gets them involved in our school. But sometimes when we do that, we ask the 58-year-old superintendent what he thinks is engaging, and we need to ask the 15, 16, 17-year-old students what we can do to engage them. So we want to start getting their input on how we can better evolve as a school to have engaged learning. Learning is still important, and we want to make sure that our students are learning, and there's certain standards that we still have to present, but we want to make sure we're involving our students and engaging them.
Mr. Hime, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. It's always good stuff. You guys as well. Until next week, make sure if you haven't already liked and subscribed to our social media and YouTube pages where you can find everything else that we have.
Yep, and we'll see you at breakfast Friday morning.
That's it. Until then, you guys have a wonderful week. Be well, stay safe, and make positive impacts. Have a good one.
How long was that?